problem. Everybody is okay. Good morning to everyone. Welcome to ISF College of Pharmacy Dialogue Series. I, Dr. Saurabh Kose, welcome you all in this dialogue series. As you know that ISF College of Pharmacy, Moga, Punjab is an IRF ranked 24th, and we are conducting regularly a dialogue series in which eminent pharmaceutical scientists, speakers, influencers, and knowledgeable peoples are coming onto this platform and sharing their lifetime experiences. In this, today we have very dynamic, hardworking, and very famous professor with us, Dr. Syed Hussain. Professor Hussain, on behalf of ISF College of Pharmacy, I welcome you, sir. Before going to start the session, I would like to introduce you to our audience by reading your bio sketch. He is a committed, innovative leader, motivated, enthusiastic educator, fostering a cohesive student learning atmosphere. Over 3 decades of teaching experience, lesson planning, building productive relationships with the student and stakeholders. Strive to create a challenging and engaging learning environment in which students become lifelong scholars and learners. He is a Canadian citizen, proven track record in teaching, research capacity in pharmacy with research papers published in various national and international journals. Demonstrated success in leadership roles, teaching, research, production, manufacturing, which lead to 80% of faculty growth. He has strong communication and interpersonal skills, oral and written, highlighted by exceptional group facilitation presentation skills. Thorough knowledge and understanding of traditional and alternative therapies. And also, he has been instrumental in making the shape of careers of various pharmacy students. He is detail-oriented, well-organized, with ability to manage changing priorities in order to constantly meet non-negotiable deadlines. He is fluent in English, Urdu, Hindi, Punjabi. If I talk about his professional allocates, he is professor in research of medicine and therapeutics. He is prepared, delivered lectures, facilitated group discussions in pharmacology, therapeutics using methods like problem and evidence-based learning, as well as pharmacy practice, anesthesia, microbiology, anatomy, physiology, community pharmacy, institutional pharmacy, pharmacy mass, sterile products, and massage therapy. Created case studies as a means of evaluating students during their residency period. Administered and graded examinations, including acting as an internal examiner for the medical doctor program for the class of 1996 to 2003. Advised and supported students regarding course academic matters, career discussions, served as faculty committee addressing matters such as curriculum planning and degree requirement, coordinated, supervised a team analyzing the efficacy and cost of traditional drugs therapy versus alternative herbal remedies. He has been consulted with various R&D departments of numerous pharmaceutical companies using various pharmacokinetic techniques for drug development. Is involved in preclinical and clinical trials for new drugs prior to their approval. He has various exposures to the production and manufacturing. He has directed a team of more than 3 dozen people in entire production and manufacturing processes from raw material to finished products. Monitored, analyzed the manufacturing of aerosols, or its solid dosage forms, injections, topical treatments, including Betnovate, Dermovate range. Is responsible for the setup, qualification, operation, and validation of all manufacturing and packaging equipment. He has worked as a clinical pharmacist also, verified prescription for proper doses, dispensed pharmaceuticals, counseled patients and other healthcare professionals on indications, contraindications, adverse effects, and interactions. Calculating, measuring, and mixing of drugs and other ingredients and filled appropriate containers with correct quantities. Updated and maintained medical profile of patients, including a registry of poisons, narcotics, and controlled drugs. He has ensured proper preparation, packaging, distribution, and storage of vaccines, syringes, biologicals, and other pharmaceuticals. He has been employed in IQAC-IIC Calgary, AB, Canada from 2020 to present, GD College Professor of Dermatology and Physical Sciences 2020 to present, Heritage College Calgary, Alberta Pharmacy Assistant Program and MOIUC Program, Professor of Clinical Medicine from 2018 to 20, NIWE Canadian Academy of Cosmetology and Massage Therapy Calgary, Alberta, Professor Director of Basic Clinical Medical Sciences and Clinical Anesthesia 2017 to present, Cambridge College Health Science, Calgary, Instructor of Pharmacy Practice and Medical Office Assistant Massage Therapy, 2013 to 17. ABM College, Faculty of Health Sciences, Calgary, Alberta, 2010 to 2013. Medicine Corner Pharmacy, Calgary, Alberta, 2009 to 10. Intern Pharmacist, International Clinical Pharmacy Bridging Program, Calgary, Alberta. Medicine Corner, Calgary, Alberta. Trainee Pharmacist, Orbis Pharma Inc., Toronto, Ontario, Research and Regulatory Associate, Frontier Medical College, Pakistan, Professor and Head of Pharmacology from 2002 to 2004. Hamdard University School of Medicine, Pakistan, Assistant Professor Head, 1998 to 2000. Ziauddin Medical University Medical College, Pakistan, Assistant Professor, 1996 to 1998. Glaxo Wellcome, Pakistan, Production Pharmacist, 1994 to 96. Aga Khan University Hospital, Karachi, Pakistan, Clinical Pharmacist, 1990 to 1991. Talk about his education. He has done Doctor of Pharmacy from University of Alberta, Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Massage Therapy Diploma, Medical Officer Administration Diploma, Postgraduate Diploma in Clinical Pharmacy and Pharmacology. Canadian Bridging Program, University of Calgary. Evaluation Board of Canada, Doctorate Cardiovascular Pharmacology Therapeutics. Walden University, Master's MPhil Clinical Pharmacology and Therapeutics. Hamdard University School of Medicine, Pakistan. Bachelor of Pharmacy, Faculty of Pharmacy, University of Karachi, Pakistan. He has various awards and honors to his credit. Best Professor Awards, AGA Academy, Heritage College, ABM College, CDI College, Calgary. Member of various professional bodies at international level, such as Canadian Society of Pharmacology and Therapeutics, registered member of MTA, Fellow of Royal Society of Health, Canadian Pharmacy Technician, Canadian College of Clinical Pharmacy, American College of Clinical Pharmacy, Canadian Associate of Regulatory Professionals, Canadian Pharmacist Association, Regulatory Affairs Professional Society, America, Pakistan Pharmacology Society. He has published various papers and he has been dynamic in various instruments as well as academia and research. With this brief introduction of Professor Syed, once again I welcome to you, Sir, ISF College of Pharmacy Dialogue Series. Without taking much time, now I would like you to, sir, please come and start your deliberations. Please open your mic, sir, and I will be presenting your window.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. It's your morning, my night time. No worries at all. And it was a very long introduction, and I think my sympathetic activity is very high now. If you can check my norepinephrine level, it is a lot. Okay, because most of the time I talk in my pharmacology level. I'm very passionate about teaching and learning on all the time, because you have to learn all the time. Okay. Before starting this presentation, and I would like to discuss first PowerPoint a little bit, which I made for you guys. And after that, it is better if there will be some question and answer session. First, I did my Bachelor of Pharmacy because at that time there was no PharmD study. I did my 4-year Bachelor of Pharmacy. Then I did my Master's in Pharmacology. Then I did my doctorate in Pharmacology. After that, I started as an assistant professor in the medical colleges, different medical colleges for MBBS and BDS. Then, long story, very, very short. Then we moved to Canada. Now it is almost 20 years now. And I'm in teaching, in research, and as a clinical pharmacist too. And then in Canada, they offered us for it's a 2-year, very important, very fresh PharmD course. The people who are not PharmD actually. Although we are PhDs and everything, but the value of a PharmD is a great all over the world, especially in North America, because in the UK still they have the Masters of Pharmacy, their first degree. Okay, so I'm in North America right now, and I'm in Canada, and I live in Alberta, which is a province, and within Alberta, I'm in Calgary. Our city is a mountain city. You know that Canada is a very cold country, and very, very cold, up to like negative 45 or negative 50. In our winters, we have 6 months of winter. Anyways, everything is adjustable. A human can adjust anything. Okay, let's get started. And first of all, I would like to thankful to Professor Dr. Saurabh Pose and for the ISF College of Pharmacy, Moga. Thank you very much. And all the dignitaries are here, senior professors like Professor Gupta, Shri Parveen Garg, Professor R. K. Narang, and many others. And one of my very good friend is sitting here, Dr. Junaid Tantre from NIMS University. Thank you very much, everyone. Okay, because this is the topic actually. Normally, I give my sessions on pharmacotherapy, but this is a very general thing: how to come to Canada or how to apply, like a citizenship, and after that, what type of the further exams you have to challenge. Okay. One more thing before starting that every country has a different curriculum. India's curriculum is good. India curriculum is very good for you because you guys are also entered into pharmaceutical industries, which I did also. I did production 5 years. But what happened in North America and UK also I know, Australia also I know, that pharmacist means a clinical pharmacist. So that's why our curriculum is a very clinical and we have 8 years program to become a PharmD, to become MD, or to become a doctor of dental surgery, DDS. What happened here in Canada that after the grade 12, we have a 4 year Bachelor of Science in Medical Sciences. Everybody has to do that. In that Bachelor of Science, all the non-clinical basic medical sciences, we teach that. Anatomy, physiology, pathology, all the domains of pathology, microbiology, molecular biology, many things with the lab work. Because after that BSc, anybody can do master's leading to PhD, or if the person would like to do PharmD, MD, because our MD means a medical doctor. Because your MD is the specialization, I know in MD. Because you have a first medical degree is the MBBS, like a UK, like England, like in Pakistan too, same thing. But in North America, our first degree is a MD. Then we have a PharmD 4 year program, 4 year MD, 4 year DDS. To become 8 years the program, during that they do their internships and everything. So I will discuss that thing later. So the title of this session is the roadmap to Canada with different type of the licensing exams to become a clinical pharmacist. What are the advantages? Whether it is necessary to come to Canada or you don't want to come to Canada, it is up to you. We will discuss that. So, Dr. Saurabh, can you please go to the next slide? Okay, this is the introduction. All people are great there, and I'm really very thankful to all of you and for India to invite me for this session. Thank you. Next slide, please. Okay, this is my AG Academy. We have in 6 cities of Canada, and I'm the lead for the medical sciences. So for the AG Academy, but I'm also teaching for some other institutes in Canada, also outside Canada. I'm professor in the Philippines, and obviously I'm also giving lecture some other parts of the world for the med school and pharmacy school together. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, welcome to Canada. I have to say, welcome to Canada right away. You know, this is not like a PowerPoint. This I made like a booklet for you because later you can read also, and you can if you have any question you can ask Dr. Saurabh. He can definitely send me the question so that I will answer your question. So this is just a sort of a booklet thing. So what is written here? My first point is written here. It is not easy to get a Canadian visa. It can be very challenging. But you know, in my dictionary, nothing is impossible. Everything is possible. Only your dedication is required and your motivation is required. So yeah, you are very welcome and you can go through this process. There are different immigration pathways. Okay. First of all, after your PharmD, every country has a different requirement. In India, I think it's a 3-year job required after a PharmD or a B.Pharm still. Still, we are accepting Bachelor of Pharmacy or the Doctor of Pharmacy. Both the degrees are acceptable here in Canada to become a clinical pharmacist. It is not like that only PharmD will come. No, it is not like that. So there are different immigration pathways. My personal suggestion is that after your PharmD, first you have to improve your clinical sciences, because that is very important. At the first, I told you that Canada means a clinical pharmacist, because clinical pharmacist salaries are very, very high as compared to production and quality control or quality assurance or marketing. First of all, the pharmacists, our pharmacists will not enter into industry because they don't want that. The pharmacist means the patient care. Or if you want, you can enter into academics. I'm an academic and I'm also a clinical pharmacist. But once a week I do, because teaching is my passion. That's why I'm doing this. And it's a very good, at the end of the day, what you need. You need a very handsome amount of money. So everything is available in Canada. It's a lot of things for the PharmDs, for B.Pharms, whoever are a clinical pharmacist, to pass all their exams. Now, immigration pathway. There are different type of the immigration pathway. There is a entry level thing, express entry. So you have to check your local authorities in India. What is the main what is the situation in India? How you apply for immigration to Canada? As I mentioned earlier, every country has a different rule. But I have a lot of Indian pharmacists here. They are all clinical pharmacists, and nobody is PharmD up till now. All are B.Pharms. They moved to Canada. I was in Toronto also, because I moved other parts of Canada also. And especially, I'm telling you, many pharmacists are from Punjab, Indian Punjab. I have a lot of friends from Moga also, different areas actually for Punjab. I'm sorry, my throat is not very well, because here in Calgary also we have a lot of temperature variation. In the nights they are very cold. The daytime, nowadays it is little hot for 2 more weeks or so. Okay. So apply immigration after 3 years of working as a pharmacist. Even if you are working in industry, that's fine. You can apply your immigration. But if you want to come to Canada, you have to improve your clinical knowledge. As I mentioned earlier, in Canada, our 4-year, we teach all non-clinical, anatomy, physiology, pathology, everything. But when a pharmacy school will start, 4-year, then 4-year, everything is a clinic. Clinic means when the patient comes. So we teach all patient-oriented studies. Even our first module is hematology. Then at that time, we will not discuss about blood. What is the red blood cell? What is the white blood cells? What are the granulocytes? No, that is over in BSc. Then we have to teach a clinical sciences, because as a pharmacist, you have to deal a patient. You have a full authority to prescribe medication. You have a full authority to treat a patient from the entry level. Patient don't have to go to family physician most of the time. And you can write their lab tests also. You can write their radiological, CT scans, MRIs and everything, except narcotics. Pharmacists are not allowed to prescribe narcotics up till now in Canada. And we are fighting for that. But all medical doctors are also not allowed. For medical doctors, they have a separate license for narcotics, because it is a lot of, you can say, accountability for every profession. And I think that is good. We must be very professional. We must be very educated. And I'm seeing my friends from other parts of the world. Now they are very well acting as a clinical pharmacist. My friends from India, I have a lot of friendship from Indian pharmacists now. They are running their own pharmacies and everything. Okay, back to my topic. Then first you have to apply immigration. Okay, other path is that if you want to study, if you want to study in Canada, I never tell you to come for MS leading to PhD because that is a wastage of time. If you want to come to Canada, you take a very small level program, pharmacy assistant or pharmacy technician, 1 year or 2 year program. During that time, because that is just like हिंदी में बोलूं जैसे हलवा नहीं होता आपके लिए, because you are very qualified, you can do that thing very easily. During that period, you have to prepare for pharmacy examining Board of Canada, which is a huge thing. So you can come for study, but if you are very passionate about your PhD, with me, I'm very passionate. I love, I love my doctorate. I have a many good friends. That's why I have a very good and young, handsome friend. I always call him a Bollywood hero, Dr. Saurabh Khose. Thank you, Dr. Saurabh, for inviting me for this thing. Okay, so check it out.
Pleasure, sir. Thank
Sponsorship is only for those people who's like, for example, the parents are here or the family is here, they can sponsor, but there is an age limit there. For the brothers and sisters, if they're 18 or less than 18, they can sponsor. Otherwise, you have to apply by your own thing. Business visa is a very difficult, a lot of money is required. So I don't want to discuss about that thing. I'm from middle class and I'm very successful in Canada. I'm teaching, but when I teach in North America, my accent is little changed in English because we have to do that according to the country. But you guys are so talented. I'm really telling you. It is not that because I'm talking to you right now, but I have a lot of friends, as I mentioned to you. Next slide, please. Okay. This is all the things which I told you about that. First of all, if you want to choose a study, so you have to choose a program. MD leading to PhD is very difficult in Canada. The problem is that until any supervisor will give you acceptance of PhD, then university will give you admission. Otherwise, you will not get admission here in Canada. I tried my second PhD from University of Toronto. It was a 4-hour interview with all different professors. They said, why you want to do second PhD? I said, I want to do from Canada because I want to enter just like in the Canadian, many, 18 years back I'm talking about. And that interview was in Best and Bentley Institute because insulin is our product. Canada discovered insulin. We have a very big institute, Best and Bentley, that in the University of Toronto. But after that, what happened? I said, no, I have to do my clinical pharmacy thing. I did my bridging program and so many other activities. And now doing a versatile thing. So apply for admission, whatever you like. And but as I mentioned earlier, better to apply for a smaller program, only 1 year, because your goal must be to become a clinical pharmacist. My advice is to become a clinical pharmacist because at the end of the day, you need a handsome amount of money. The clinical pharmacist starting job is $55 to $65 to $70 an hour. Unfortunately, please don't mind the people who are PhDs here. The PhD salary is $30 or $35 an hour. Because if you are a PhD pharmacology, you cannot prescribe any medication to anyone. But you have a full authority of attestation if you are a clinical pharmacist, and we have a well-defined role for a physician and a pharmacist. Physicians are very happy because we are the helping hand. Pharmacist is the last check. Whether you are a community pharmacist, you are a hospital pharmacist, long-term care, short-term care, you are the final authority. If anything happens to patient and the case will go to the court, then they will not ask doctor to come to the court. They will ask whole pharmacy team. Pharmacy assistant, pharmacy technician, and pharmacist is the lead. He is the boss of the team. My sister is also a pharmacist here. Back home, she was an assistant professor of pharmacology. So we have a huge, believe me, I am telling you, highest salary jobs, high salary jobs and very respectable profession. Doctors call you for the drug of choice all the time. Doctors have only few physician samples. All the medical representatives, they will visit pharmacists, not medical doctors, because we are the people who are responsible for drug therapy, for the choices of drugs, for the generic and brand versions, how to deal with insurance companies for our like patients. Okay, that I will discuss later. I was talking about study. So that is another route. That is another route to come to Canada. If you want a study program, you are very welcome. Otherwise, immigration is the best way. Dr. Saurabh, can I have next slide, please? You guys can read these slides later. Dr. Saurabh can provide you because this is for you. Nothing is hide here. Everything is open. Everything is open for you guys. And you are very welcome anytime. And I will tell you at the end how I have a very great relationship with India. And I like music also. So I love Indian music too. You know one thing, I always said the presentation or lecture must be very lively. We have a 4-hour lecture here in Canada, not 1 hour. So when you speak 4 hours, you must be very lively and you can ask me any questions later. And I respect all the senior professors. I think Dr. Gupta is here. Hello, Dr. Gupta. How are you, sir? It is my pleasure that you are.
First, thank you very much, sir. Good morning, sir. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you
So,
very
first
much.
of all, I welcome you, sir, from core of my heart, from ISF College of Pharmacy, Moga, India, Punjab. And I am also thankful for accepting our invitation and you
Oh,
have
no, no,
given.
sir. You are actually what happened. I love to come to India because my mother from Delhi, my father from Uttar Pradesh. But I will come to India to meet you guys anyway. I
Sure,
love
sure,
India.
sir. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
And when I go to my office in the morning, my pharmacy office or my university office, always I have listening the Indian songs in my. I like songs very much. Your your queen of melody, Lata Mangeshkar, all the time with me. Your other singers with me. Your new singers with me. With my pharmacy and pharmacology. So I enjoyed a lot. Okay. So these are the Canadian immigration pharmacists, which I already told you. Why immigrate to Canada? I'm not saying like that back home our countries are not good. Our countries are very good. That is my home. But you know what happened for future advancement? And it is got that in India also we have a family program. Now you guys have to tell to doctors what is your value. You have a great potential. You have a great value as a PharmD, whether you go in a trials, clinical trials, academics is a very good field, or as a clinical pharmacist, work in your hospital and try to do, because you know, in India you have to tell your doctors what is your role. Otherwise, in Canada, we don't have any problem because it is decided already. When the prescription right started many, many months ago. So the College of Physicians and Surgeons, but उन्होंने शोर मचाया कि why pharmacists can prescribe medications. Then government said no. Pharmacists can prescribe everything except we are not prescribing narcotics. But for narcotics, we have a very strict rules here in Canada. Okay. So why to immigrate to Canada? Canada's healthcare system is very well regarded globally, providing pharmacists with a rewarding work environment and opportunities for your professional growth. When I was back home, I'm telling you today, when I was back home, I was teaching only my specialty, which is pharmacology. But now I'm teaching 5 or 6 medical disciplines just because of Canada. They taught us a lot of opportunities. And you know, we Indians and we Asians actually, we are very talented people. I'm telling you this thing. The white people is still with me. The professors are there. They only teach one subject. And they say, wow, you guys are very talented. तो मैंने उनको हिंदी में बोला टैलेंटेड नहीं है, चालाक भी बहुत है हम लोग. So we know how to deal. Okay. वैसे I can understand Punjabi very well, and Punjabi is a very respected and a very acceptable language, English, French, and Punjabi. And because of Indian Punjab, because they are excellent and very, very hardworking, very, very hardworking. Okay. So definitely it is a procedure. Can I have a next slide, please? Okay, next slide, please. I will discuss this thing later. Okay. Like as I mentioned earlier, that immigration is the thing. Within immigration, we have the provincial nominee programs too. We have a provincial program. For example, Alberta, I'm in Alberta, the province of mountains. We have a lot of mountains from Calgary to Vancouver. It's a beautiful, I can say that the province with our BC, British Columbia. But nowadays, Saskatchewan is a province that is the provincial nominee program, and you can check in India also. Which program? If you come to provincial nominee program in any province, you can come and you can write your pharmacy examining board of Canada to become a pharmacist. After 3 years, you can move anywhere in Canada. Okay. Other thing is that because I cannot read a slide, I cannot read a slide in my lecture too. I don't like to read a slide. And unfortunately, I don't like the professors who read the slides. Just extempore. Discussion is very good. So when you enter into the Canada, whatever the route, whether the study route, whether the immigration, whether the provincial nominee program. So you can enter into, and after that we have our licensing procedure start. But before that, when you are in India, your documents will evaluate. Your document will evaluate through the Canada Gateway. Can I have a next slide, please? I want to show that thing to Gateway Canada because where you have to start your next slide, please. Next slide, please. Next slide. Okay. These are the further steps actually. Very first thing, when you are in India, you have to document your you have to evaluate your documents. Whether you have a PharmD degree or a BPharm degree, that's fine. Evaluate your documents with the Gateway Canada. Can Dr. Sarah, I'm sorry, I'm disturbing you. Next slide, please. Because these slides are not under my job. This is. Very first thing, we have the NAPRA enrollment. And one more thing I would like to let you know. In every province of Canada, we have a college. College doesn't mean the university. The college means a regulatory body. Because the pharmacy is a regulated profession, you know that. Pharmacists and pharmacy technicians are both regulated. So very first thing is a NAPRA enrollment. You have to send your, you have to get your actually national ID number from the NAPRA. And there is a fee of the $340 Canadian dollars. You have to get to NAPRA enrollment. They will give you the ID. And after that, you have to send your documents for the Pharmacy Evaluating Board of Canada. Can I go back to one slide, Dr. Sora, please? Now, yeah, this one. So this is the document evaluation. You must pass the evaluation of your educational and professional credentials to be eligible to take the pharmacist evaluating exam. When your documents are evaluated, your transcript, and I think they need your Indian registration also with the Pharmacy Council. I know that they need that thing too. So when they evaluate to your document, and everybody is evaluated, then that is not a problem at all. After that, you have to write your first exam, which is a pharmacy evaluating exam. And that exam is now held in India also, Pakistan also, other parts of the world. So that you can do your first exam in your own country. Now, the first exam, although all the courses in their website, Pharmacy Examining Board of Canada, that how to prepare, how much percentage of pharmaceutics, how much percentage of medicinal chemistry, or whatever the sciences are there. So according to that, you have to study. Whatever you study in India, that is great for first exam. When you pass your first exam, and that first exam is for international pharmacy graduates, except Americans. Americans are waived for this exam. But all over the world, whether you are coming from UK, United Kingdom, you have to write pharmacy evaluating exam. And that is all your Form D curriculum or B Form curriculum. After that, a big step, qualifying exam. Because the Canadian students, they also write qualifying exam. And qualifying exam has two portions, part 1 and part 2. Part 1 is multiple choice. But you know, that is a pure clinical. If you are not very well versed in pharmacotherapy, unfortunately, it is not easy to pass the multiple choice question because they ask you all clinical scenarios. If the question is on beta blocker, for example, all the choices are beta blocker. Atenolol, metoprolol, labetalol, pindolol, propranolol, whatever. You have to choose one beta blocker according to that particular case. So that's why, first of all, your pharmacology must be very strong. After that, your pharmacotherapy. Because on the basis of pharmacology, you cannot treat a patient. You can treat a patient on the basis of pharmacotherapy. Dipiro is a very ideal book. And I have a connection very good of some of my very good friends in India, and I will tell you before the end of this session how I talk to them. And so, pharmacotherapy by Dipiro or applied therapeutics by Kudakimbu. They are all case books, case-based books. And I am very much interested in pharmacotherapy teaching. I am teaching pharmacotherapy for Philippines nowadays. Mariano Marcos State University, I am teaching for their final year pharmacotherapy, and I am teaching some other countries also. But in Canada also, versatile subjects. Now, I was talking about qualifying. Actually, I'm talking like just a fast speech Japan train because we have a short time. Actually, I think so. Is it okay, Dr. Kose? I don't know whether you guys understand.
We have time, sir. You can go. You can go
Okay.
for bilingual.
Okay. Because I like more the question answer session. Anyways. So qualifying exam, multiple choice question. After that, we have OSCE, Objective Structured Clinical Examination. And they are arranged in a big hospital. There are 20 stations we have to do, 16 working, 4 resting stations. And what happens? It is a 7-minute station. Although it is an open book exam, the bell rings, you enter, and outside the door you are standing for 2 minutes. So total 9 minutes station. Outside there is a paper there. Just the general thing is written that when you enter into the room, you will meet a doctor, patient, or nurse, or whatever. Again, 2 minutes, just like this. Second bell. You enter into the room. You just go and sit on the chair. There is a table, and patient profile is there. Within few seconds, patient enters or doctor enters or any healthcare professional. They enter, right away you stand and you say, my name is this and this, and I'm the pharmacist on duty. How may I help you, sir? Okay, but after that they have to sit, and you have to solve the station within 7 minutes. It is open book exam. लेकिन उस वक्त आपका सिंपैथेटिक लेवल इतना हाई होता है कि आपके हाथ पैर यूं कांप रहे होते हैं. Although we have the books available there to solve the problem. Okay. For the Canadian students, it is not difficult. because they all did in their labs. Their labs are clinical labs. Because in the PharmD program, as I told you earlier, we don't need any HPLC, spectrophotometry. We need clinical sciences because you have to deal with the patient. So that's why the Canadian students, they all studied in their 4-year program. So in 7 minutes, you have to solve the case. Then next bell, go to second room, third room, fourth room. In that way, you have to do your OSCE, and that is all recorded. They will record OSCE. One assessor inside the room, one patient or doctor, whatever. Like I remember in my OSCE that there was this station I was doing. I just sit there, and right away a nurse comes in a hurry. I need this medication right away. I need this medication right away. So first of all, definitely I was new too. So how to handle in 7 minutes? And the solution was that there was no emergency. There was a medication for a head lice, but she wants it very urgently. So I want to solve that in 7 minutes. And I say, okay, we will dispense the medication. We will send to the nursing station, and nursing station will send to your rehabilitation ward. Okay, and it is very important. You must know all the medical disciplines and surgical disciplines because you have to work in a pharmacy, whether hospital or community. Every community pharmacy has a consultation room, and pharmacists sit like as a medical doctor to see the patient, and your pharmacy assistant, your pharmacy technician, they will do all your work. Okay, next slide, please. Okay. So this is all I discussed, that you have to qualify your PBC, Pharmacy Examining Board of Canada. Many people ask me about this thing. How many years it required? It depends on you. 1.5 years, I think, is the earliest. If you can pass in one go all the exams, then definitely for your immigration purpose, you have to write a general IELTS also, IELTS. But to get a license in Canada, whatever the province you are in, then you have to write your IELTS academics. Or if you are living in a French-speaking province like a Quebec, then you have to write the French exam. Next slide, please. So this is all about a summary here, document evaluation eligibility, and everybody has to be evaluated from the PVC. Language proficiency I discussed with you. General IELTS is required for immigration, but the academic IELTS is required before getting a license in any province. In Alberta, overall 7 is required, but not less than 6.5 in any module. And that is all gateway I discussed with you, or the immigration to Canada, how to immigrate to Canada. Next, please. Okay, next, please. This is, okay. Dr. Saurabh, I request you to please, you can circulate these PowerPoints so that they can read later. That is not a problem, because I discussed, I would like to do question answer session, and you can go next. This is a fee structure, but this is a 2023 version. Every time little bit change. Like for example, document evaluation, 685 Canadian dollar is required. For the US document evaluation, only $250 for the US candidate. Then evaluating exam, qualifying 1 and 2. So that is, they can change also sometime. But I put this slide purposely just to show you. Like the OSCE exam, $1,855. One more thing I forgot to tell you. Every exam has 3 attempts only. If unfortunately somebody is failed in all the 3 attempts, 4th attempt is conditional. There are conditions. Either you have to write review articles, we have a pharmacy practice. Pharmacy practice department is so important in Canada that you can't imagine. Every subject is important, but pharmacy practice is so important for a clinical pharmacist because pharmacy practice is the umbrella of everything. Pharmacology, pharmacotherapy, clinical pharmacy, everything is under pharmacy practice. So in North America, pharmacy practice and all, but it depends on you. If you want to become a researcher, why not? You can go into medicinal chemistry, you can become a biochemist, anatomist, physiologist, and यहाँ कोई ये problem नहीं है कि if you are a pharmacist, you have to teach in pharmacy faculty. We have a multiple type of the people. That's why we have an excellent research. Our pharmacology team, we have a 35 professors of pharmacology. Everybody has a different qualification, but final qualification is same. PhD in pharmacology. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. This is all I discussed. Okay, one more thing. For example, you are in Alberta or Ontario, where the Toronto is a big city, or in British Columbia, any province. You have to write one more exam, and that is a jurisprudence. Jurisprudence exam is the college will conduct that exam. Like my college is Alberta College of Pharmacists. Alberta College of Pharmacy is for the public as well as for pharmacists. Similar is College of Physicians and Surgeons for the doctors. So jurisprudence exam, if you are in Alberta, you have to write with Alberta College of Pharmacy. If you are in Ontario, you have to write with Ontario College of Pharmacy. So that is the last exam, and after that, enjoyment. We have a very good bridging program also. I did my bridging program after my qualifying one. I did my bridging program 9 months. It is all government paid program. So I learned a lot how to handle a patient because management is a very good word. How to manage a patient as compared to treatment. Because for the psychiatric patient, normally we don't say treatment, just to manage. How to manage a condition. How to manage a medical or a surgical condition in collaboration with the doctors and nurses. All healthcare, one team. So we are the team members. And we are very active team members of the health sciences. Next, please. This is all bridging program. Anyways, welcome to Canada. I hope I didn't scare you. And I'm repeating again, nothing is impossible. Everything is possible. Just your motivation is required. Your initial hardships are required. When you move to Canada, definitely takes time. Sometime 1 year or 2 years, then you will be a clinical pharmacist. Or if you want academics, why not? You can go to academics. But still my final word before concluding everything, that the value of a clinical pharmacist is here. So you are very welcome. And now any questions, Dr. Saurabh? So you are welcome.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for your insightful talk. And I have got one question, sir, which is I would like to ask you. And that question is, sir, from Vikas, and Vikas is from MMU University, Haryana, India. And he has asked that, sir, after cracking the exam, minimum how much fees or charges has to be paid for abroad?
Which exam you are talking about?
Like PEBC clearance, OSCE.
No, the PEBC, we have evaluating exam. I showed you the slide for the thesis. Then we have a qualifying exam. After that, you are asking me? No, after that, you work as a pharmacist. After that, you will work as a pharmacist and you will enjoy your life in Canada. $70 an hour or $80 an hour. You will enjoy your life. No doubt about it.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for your answer, sir. Since I got one question on WhatsApp and I have written on to the inbox. If any question is there, can be asked. So we have Professor G.D. Gupta, sir, over here with us. So hope so. If sir is listening to us.
So thank you very much, Dr. Koseji. So I come to know that how to student they can take the opportunity of the Canada. So we know that number of opportunity in the clinical research in the Canada, and this is the first hand information given by Dr. Syedji. So we all are the highly thankful because there is a lot of confusion in the students as well as the faculty also. So you have cleared each and every point because you are direct connecting and you are direct related to the field. So this is the good opportunity to the all Indian PharmD students to take this opportunity in the Canada and how to apply, what is the need of the test, and which types of the difficulty they are feeling during the apply and number of the confusion. So most probably you have cleared each and everything. So thank you very much, sir, for giving the very nice informative information. And your this talk, it will be the available in our YouTube channel. So most of the audience they will be the benefited. And I will also, this is the also the live on the YouTube. I think so the person they can also connect, and very soon we can connect to you, sir.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, and you are very welcome. Okay, one more thing. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
One more thing I would like to say that still, whether you are a B Farm or you're a PharmD, you both are welcome. It is not necessary
Okay.
that you must be a PharmD. Whether you have a Bachelor of Pharmacy, whether you have a PharmD program, but obviously PharmD is, I think, is more clinical, but anybody can come. Not a problem at all. And I'm very thankful to, I think, senior professors are here and all the youngsters are here. Dr. Junaid, I'm very thankful to you and my other colleagues and other friends. And we are just like a friend. You can email me. You can email Dr. Saurabh. You all are very welcome anytime. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Syed. On behalf of IQAC, ISF College of Pharmacy.
I would like to talk to, I think, a senior person is here, which is IQAC.
Dr. Siddharth Mehan. Dr. Siddharth Mehan.
Hello, Dr. Siddharth. How are you?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. कैसे हैं आप?
I am fine, sir. How are you, sir?
मैं बिल्कुल ठीक ठाक. That's very good. मैंने कहा थोड़ी थोड़ी हिंदी भी बोल लूं. बोल लेना चाहिए. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
Sir, one
Bye-bye.
student has raised the hands. Ussariya Rai from Bihar. Ussariya Rai, can you open your mic and ask the question?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Any questions? Okay, sir, no more questions. Thank you so much. You have deliberated, you have delivered a wonderful talk, I say. Indeed. And we want you physically over here in India. You are welcome, sir. And on behalf of ISF College of Pharmacy, once again, I'm thankful to you, sir. It's almost 11 o'clock of night in the evening at Canada. So you have spent really, really wonderful time out of your busy schedule. So once again, thank you so much.
You are very welcome. You are very welcome anytime. And thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Take care.